Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, wild, weird world out there, and here we stand, folks, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this first in a little run of morning editions of the ProBoh Show. How are we doing out there, my friends? I've got Pedro in the chat. How are you doing, Pedro? Welcome. Good morning. I have Chusky in the chat. How are you doing, Chusky? The ProBoh Show? So early? Espera, they can't hear me in the chat. Oh my God, friends. How are you doing out there? You are listening to the ProBoh Show. Welcome. Usually I do this show live. In my home studio. But for now, for the future, I'm going to be doing it right here, in the Vaughan Radio office for, I don't know, couple of weeks, a month, I hope not. Hopefully you can all hear me now. Yes, you can. Perfect. You're tuning in live to Vaughan Radio, listening to me, your favourite bald man. You know, Natch, it's nice to be back in the chair. Gotta say, some of my favourite clips that we've made of the ProBoh Show have happened right here. How are you doing, man?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I've been better, dude. I've been better. Let me tell you what's coming up in the show, my friends. Ooh, we have two delectable complete the news bits. We're gonna look at Britney Spears. Leave Britney alone. And we're gonna talk about a Texas homeowner with people or things living in her house. We're gonna also go to 100 humans and ask them where they keep their money. But that's all in the second half, folks. All that fun is in the second half. In this first half, we have a brilliant, unpopular opinion today, given to us by two people who listen to the show, two regular listeners. Peth Volador, which he may or may not go by another name in our community here on the stream, and Nessa Finessa. Oh, and it's a good one, Natch. I think it's something we've spoken about a little bit before. I think it is something we've dealt with on the show, but we're going to go into some more detail today. Good background, says Chusky. Yeah, this is the first time in a long time where I've been here with a live background. You can see, if you're watching the stream live now, and you can do that going to twitch.tv/professional bohemian. That's Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. I know Natch is rusty because not even a sniff of a nivelazo right there. Not even, and it was great, Bohemio. Did you hear the pronunciation, Natch? I don't know. He's got other things to do.
Wow, qué nivelazo.
There he goes. He's getting those fingers exercised. You can do that on twitch.tv/Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. Vamos. It's a professional bohemian. If you want to interact with the show and all the things we do around the show, you can do that very simply going to Twitter, @ProBoh, or Instagram, @Professional Bohemian. Bohemio Profesional, pero en inglés. And just one word. My God. And now we've done all that, guys. I'm here, you're here. Let's see what's going on in the world. First things first, I want to go to the man himself, Nacho. How are you doing, man? How was the weekend?
As usual, a lot of plans with my kids. Not bad. A lot of beers. Yeah.
Dude, nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. I imagine, if I had kids and I had to do the socializing with other kids, it would just be an excuse to get drunk. Is that what it turns into? Does it devolve into just a bunch of drunk parents?
Yeah, it's starting to to be a gathering in a bar and let the kids go outside and play and we drink. Yeah. We decide the place, not the kids.
Listeners, I want you to know that these bars are bars with parks. Nacho's not just throwing a ball into the middle of the road. Saying, go and play in traffic, kids. It's a lot safer than that, I imagine.
No, we found a bar with a parque de bolas.
Oh, dude,
and a playground outside, so it's perfect.
I have to confess, I have never been in. We call a parque de bolas, we call it a ball pit or a ball pool. I have never in my life been in a ball pool.
Me neither. And
I can only imagine, like, I know how I am in a regular pool. All right, I can only imagine, like, if I entered a ball pool, they'd have to call the police, an ambulance to get me out.
I only can imagine the amount of dirt that is in the in each ball. And
dude, I'm staying at Andrea's house, and she got a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. Man, it's like walking around a plague hospital. It's just all you hear all day is yeah, imagine a ball pit. You know, that's where the next coronavirus is going to come from. A ball pit in a bar in Spain. Yeah, let me just spray you down with hand sanitizer before you come back in the house. Pedro says, so this is now live radio for now, Pedro, until I can get back into a studio of my own. And we're going to do this live. Natch and I, as the program was born, it's come back home for a little while. How are you doing out there, guys? Yeah, I know a lot of you have probably got to get used to the new time. A lot of our American friends, if you have made it to the live show, thank you. And if not, I would encourage you to listen to the podcast. Everywhere you can find good podcasts, The ProBoh Show. Just search on Google. If you don't know how to spell that, you shouldn't be listening to the show. ProBoh, ProBoh Show. There you go. So simple. Tez Thorpe, Mum's here. I think Tez Thorpe is a friend of my mum. You know, Natch, my mum has become a regular listener of the show.
it's awesome.
It is awesome. Mm-hmm. And it makes me feel good inside.
Yeah.
But it makes me nervous. You know?
Well, I think your mum knows you.
Yeah, my
well.
mum knows me too well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm safe. It's a safe space where I could be an idiot. She knew I was an idiot before I was an idiot publicly. You know? It's a true story. Let's look at. Let's turn our attention to a little bit of news. Have you heard the drama around Twitter, Natch? I'm not going to go into the whole drama again because I've dedicated way too much time to Elon Musk. Too much.
The $8 thing.
The $8 thing. Mm-hmm. So he bought Twitter. Twitter is now a privately owned company. Okay, so he buys Twitter, and he says, "Okay, from now on." Everybody's can be verified. $8 a month. Can you remember why verification happened in the first place? It happened because people were imitating famous people and participating in fraud. So anyway, he says, it doesn't matter. I don't care about your opinions. You're going to pay $8 and you're going to like it. And so he did it. And officially, Twitter, as of November 11th, I think it was Friday, they actually put a ban on this. Twitter pauses paid verifications after users abuse the service to pretend to be brands and people. Who could have seen that happening? Maybe Jack Dorsey, the guy who owned the company and created verification in the first place. Who knows? But yeah, you can no longer pay to be verified. They've cancelled the service, folks. This is coming from CNBC.com. The option to sign up for Twitter's new verification service for $7.99 has disappeared from the iOS app. This is only something you could have done on iOS anyway, so you'd have to be rich. That's like verification for rich people. I have an Android. Let's see what people are saying. We will be missing our 8 p.m. warriors. Yeah, we will. We'll get back to them eventually, Chusky. I promise you. We'll get back to the regular show eventually. I just need to sort out my personal life. Elon Musk runs through your veins. It's interesting. It's like watching. It's basically Lex Luthor the early years. You know, it's like the birthing of an evil genius. You know, and in contrary to Elon Musk, somewhere out there is a superhero being birthed right now. You know, he's lost his parents. He's been bitten by a spider or something, and he's coming to save us. Don't worry. See, we live in hope. The Twitter CEO Elon Musk launched the paid verification service earlier this week. Twitter reinstated the official badge, even to some accounts on Friday. Some users who already paid for the service said their paid blue check mark has disappeared from their account. So there you go. If you're an early adopter of Twitter Blue, which is the subscriber service, you can no longer use it. Natch, Elon giveth and Elon taketh away. Do you know what I like about it? You know, this is the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I am there for Twitter right now. I am there for it. I'm loving the drama. It's like watching someone's midlife crisis live. You know, I feel less alone. I mean, what I love about watching this is watching this man kind of redesign the surface, the service, the platform of Twitter live. And he's just having ideas. He even made a tweet late last week saying, you're going to see a lot of dumb things happening on Twitter. You're going to see it. And I love that. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm here for it. Bring the drama. Bring the drama. And the amount of polls I've seen, is Twitter more fun or less fun than it used to be? It's exactly the same as it used to be. Exactly the same. But you know what? There are a lot more people using it now. It's a lot busier than it used to be. And I like it. I like it. I'm even debating whether to go back and start posting controversial tweets again, like I used to do back in the day. Pedro says, Elon has a very particular type of intelligence, but he certainly misses obvious things, like the consequences of the $8 verification service. Yeah, Pedro. Can we get a nivelazo for Pedro?
Nivelazo.
Pedro, I completely agree, and we will get our ProBoh approved back. I need to do some editing. But yeah, completely. Completely. I mean, is he a genius, though? Is Elon Musk a genius? I mean, he certainly did he not study at MIT or something like that? But he didn't found Tesla. He's not the founder of Tesla. I mean, he bought a controlling share in the company, became the CEO, but he didn't invent Tesla. I mean, I'm sure most of the things that have come out of, or that we accredit to Elon Musk, is actually the work of several scientists and engineers. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People ask me this all the time, given that I've been talking about Twitter and all that. I don't think he's a genius. I think he's a man with a new toy, just having a bit of fun, you know. And because I didn't pay $1 for Twitter, right? Because I didn't pay anything for Twitter, I just go there and engage in pedos cerebralis. I engage in brain farts. That's my job on Twitter. Because that's my only kind of skin in the game. That's my only financial involvement and investment of time. I don't see how I have any right to say how the service is run or not. I mean, a lot of people actually take it very, very personally. That no, this is the town square of the internet. It belongs to the people. No, it doesn't. It used to. You could have bought shares in Twitter. Now it's privately owned. So now you have as much right to say what Elon does with Twitter as I do to say what Natch does with his jersey. I didn't buy it. You know, I'm not going to be, you know, I like to look at it. I may even engage with it. But I have no ultimate say in its color or how he wears it or what he does with it. Do you know what I mean? And that's my take. That's my take on all this. But I'll tell you what, it does fill hours and hours of content. Jeez Louise. The amount of thought pieces and whatnot I've read about Elon Musk and his use and or abuse of the platform is certainly a lot of fun. And it gives people like me a lot to talk about. Killing dead air of radio. Chusky, yes. To answer your question, I'm not going to read it out on air, but yes. So what do you reckon, Nat? Should we go to an unpopular opinion? I think we should.
Unpopular opinion.
Ooh lordy. It's a good unpopular opinion today, friends. It's not my unpopular opinion for a change. Or maybe it is. We'll find out. Today's unpopular opinion given to us by Peth Volador, Flying Fish. I love it. Or Nessa Finessa. Nessa Finessa said, people should pass a psychological test to have children. And Peth said, future parents should have to pass the same tests that parents who adopt kids have to pass. On Instagram, I don't know why hardly anyone voted on Twitter, so we're going to ignore Twitter. On Instagram, a lot of people did vote. Yeah, a lot of people voted. And 73% of them, Natch, 73% of them said, yeah, true. I think that's true. What's your take on this? What do you think?
Nah. I don't think so. I wouldn't do the test. I don't think the test is a good idea. But because who is going to say what's the correct way?
Yeah, okay.
Test? What are the correct answers?
I suppose with most psychological tests, it's not about correct answers. It's about understanding the mind of the person taking the test. Because in tests like these, in psychological kind of tests, people have to answer as honestly as possible, and those answers are neither right or wrong. They're just a way to understand the way the mind works of the person taking the test. But I'm taking this to mean as not just psychological tests. All the pruebas, all the tests that parents that adopt children have to do should be done by natural birth parents. Okay, I can understand you're reticent because you have kids. I have no kids, so I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say I understand where people come from when they say true. People should have to, because you look at the history of child abuse and child neglect. You think, where is there a remedy in society for this? And what would that remedy look like? What would that solution look like? And for a lot of people, it looks like this. Having natural birth parents do the same kind of checks and balances as adoptive parents might have to. And I think that's the core of Peth and Nessa Finessa's argument here. So, guys, I post a brain fart, pedocerebral, pedomental. I post one on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter, @PROBOH, and Instagram, @Professional Bohemian. How many times do I have to say it, guys? It's Bohemio Professional. Don't make me repeat myself. Just go and follow me there. Good things happen. If you want to interact with those brain farts, you can. And you can also send me comments. I'm chatting to a lot of people on Instagram now. I've unshackled myself. I'm chatting to everybody on Instagram. Hello to my Instagram peeps. Love you. Okay, so what kind of checks? Let's go bit by bit. What kind of checks do adoptive parents have to go through? Well, I found a reference for this from adoptsouthwest.org.uk. So this is for British parents who are looking to adopt. First thing that they have to go through is a financial check. Okay? There are a ton of kids living in poverty, in a situation that, where they're not eating enough, or at least they're not eating the right kind of thing, where they're not, where I guess society as a rule would suggest that those kids are living in poverty, and they don't want to have adopted kids in that kind of home life. Okay, so they have to disclose their earnings, their tax records, and everything like that. There has to be a thorough check on their financial or economic state of the home, which obviously I think may have benefits, to natural birth children. I'm not sure. I'll be honest, Natch, I'm not sure where I land personally on this one, because I do feel like this is a massive infringement in a basic inalienable human right, and that is to reproduce. Whereas I've said on the show many times, I don't think it's a miracle. It's no more a miracle than eating a hamburger and a poop coming out. It's the same thing. It's just a chemical reaction in your body. Don't get excited. Any idiot can have a kid. Any idiot. That's the dangerous thing. Even I could have a kid, and I am a verified idiot. That's where we'd insert a boom, ProBoh approved. So let's continue. So a thorough investigation of your financial status before you can adopt a child. Would that be useful for natural birth children? I don't know. Medical checks on both parents to make sure you're not going to adopt the kid and then immediately die. Okay, I mean, that makes sense, right? Or at least you're in good health at that moment. Pedro here, he says, that would imply granting to whoever designs the test the power to control what kind of parents, and thus checking their ideology, would be able to have kids. Oh, man. And that's a great idea for totalitarian regime, not for any democracy. Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree. Who designs the damn tests? Who's taking over? Who is this shadowy organization that is checking our mental well-being to have children? It's a great point, Pedro. That's a great point. I will tell you, it would probably be Child Protective Services, which is a government organization. So, but I imagine they would be the ones who would take the reins of this. The same people who make sure children aren't being abused or mistreated in their homes. You know what I mean? And I think we could all agree that that is a great institution, right? I mean, it can't be great for one thing, not great for another. Again, guys, I'm here to play devil's advocate. I'll give you my opinion in the second part of the show. But yeah, who designs those tests? I would assume psychologists, to make sure that the parent is in a healthy, positive mindset. I mean, I know a ton of people in my life, right, that don't have children that probably shouldn't. Aggressive, passive-aggressive, angry people who shouldn't have children, you know? And thank God they don't. Because it would be, you know, I think the world is self-regulating a bit. And let's not forget, guys, the population last week crossed the 8 billion humans mark. Not even I have enough time to ask all of them. Only 100 a day. 8 billion humans on the planet, guys. That's a lot. Maybe this is a great way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Matar a dos pájaros de un tiro. Oh! Oh, sir! Oh, that was a frase hecha and everything. Oh my God! Yo soy español, español, español. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm not gonna revel in my genius too much. Let's carry on. Okay, let's carry on. Nah, don't laugh, you mate. You encourage me. You encourage my bad behavior. Trusky says, to me, it looks like an adopted kid has the right to ensure it has a good and healthy life, but natural birth kids don't. And if they have a miserable life, it's their problem. And that's not fair. Oh, you're going to get another ProBoh approved. Oh, my God. Natch, I have to get you that sound effect, man. Yeah, totally. Totally. But let me tell you something. Is life fair? Jusky? Is life fair? You know? To all those little gazelle mums and dads who their kids are eaten by tigers. Is life fair? I think so. Many kids have a miserable life just because their parents aren't responsible. It's true. I can't argue with that. That's a fact, Trusky. That's a fact. Let's continue. Adoptive parents also need references. They also need references. So these references need to come from people who have known them for over 5 years, individually or as a couple, for couples looking to adopt. People who have seen you interacting with children. So for me, it would be like, you know, pushing them away. Seeing me interacting with children. Go away. I'm joking. I'm good with kids. All right. 2 references need to come from family members, and the remaining 2 from people who are not related to you. So 2 from your family and 2 that are strangers. And here's another one. They also check previous partners and adult children. So they ask your exes, can this guy really handle having a kid? Is this you know what I mean? Does that not seem a little unfair? Do you think Angelina Jolie's gonna let Brad Pitt adopt another kid? I don't think so. No, he gets violent on airplanes. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of hoops to jump through to adopt, and you know what I mean? If this is the way adopted children are treated, if they're given a fairer shot at a family, maybe this is something that that should be done for natural birth children. Maybe it would help us in terms of population as well as in terms of children having a happy life. There are other checks, financial, medical, criminal. But guys, I'm going to drop a poll in the chat. You guys who are watching live, do please vote. And we'll see if we're right or we're wrong. Yeah, should parents have to go through the same legal steps to have children as they do to adopt children? Would it make life better for natural birth children, for society in general? Would it control population? Guys, so many things you could have been doing on this beautiful Monday morning. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and I'll see you very soon. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. How we doing out there, friends? Welcome. Coming to you live at 9 a.m. on this beautiful, beautiful Monday morning from the Vaughan Radio Studios. Friends of mine who are used to seeing me record this show at 8 p.m. in my own studio. We'll get back to that, guys. Don't fret. You know, I love the live audience a lot, like more than a friend. So we'll get back. It'll take me a little while to get myself sorted. I voted, okay, what did you miss? If you've just tuned into the show, we were talking a little bit about how unhealthy kids are. Ball pits, man. Ball pits. Plague pits, they should call them, I think. And then we spoke about Elon Musk backtracking. Changing his mind, changing his opinion when it comes to the Twitter verification. I think that was inevitable. I really honestly think it was inevitable. But, you know, I like watching the drama unfold on Twitter. I'm going to be honest. I do. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing this man melt down. Makes me feel like I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying, guys? Do you know what I'm saying? And then we went into today's unpopular opinion, which was that parents who have children naturally should have to go through all the same checks as parents who adopt children. And we were looking at that before the break. Those are kind of, well, it starts off with a financial check, a check on their finances, their economic state of the home. Then they look at references from everyone, family members, non-family members, people who've seen you interact with children, even former partners and adult children. They also look at bank records, your health, obviously your criminal record, so many things. And this is just to adopt a child. Yet, anyone can have a natural birth baby. I mean, not anyone. Medically permitting anyone, right? You know, it's just a chemical reaction in the body, folks. It's not, you know, you don't even have to put too much brain power into it. Just put on the Barry White. Open a bottle of rosé, snuggle on the sofa, and let nature take its course. You know, there you go. That's the only prerequisite you need. A little romance, but nothing else. So Trusky made the point before the break to say, well, you know, it's much more likely that an adopted kid would have a safer home environment than a natural birth, than a kid that's born to natural parents. And that's not fair. But it's life fair. Is life fair? Okay, the poll is here. The poll is here. Natch, I'll ask you to get ready a drum roll. Not right now, but for very shortly. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. People were writing while we were just talking. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to talk to you a while. Chusky says, life isn't fair. It's just a fact that we are trapped in it, like it or not. True story. ProBoh approves. Min says, let's have true equality and sterilize everyone. Do you know what, Min? A very good friend of mine when I release, because I've got a lot of your, like, our listeners' public unpopular opinions coming. And one of the people said, every man should be given a vasectomy at birth. I mean, what? What's your opinion on that, Natch? Because I see you with the same look on your face as I had when I read it.
Every single one.
Every single one.
It means like the end of the human.
It's the end of the world. I mean, here's the thing. You can reverse a vasectomy. I think that's the idea. So, like, in order to reproduce, you go through all these checks. And if you're seen as fit to reproduce, then they reconnect your tubes. I see you laughing, so I'm not even going to ask you. I get you.
I think it's
a bad idea, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Go. I don't know how to say it. Against nature.
It goes against nature.
It's usually a bad idea.
Yeah. But just seeing Min write that in the chat, it made me think of that. Why does everybody want? Why are men taking the blame for everything? We play a very small part in that process. Well, I play a very small part. Maybe other men a bit of a bigger part. But it's not about the size. It's about the enthusiasm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if sterilizing is the solution, man. I don't think so. Pedro says, I voted no, of course. Don't mess with my right to reproduce and to have sex. No one's saying you can't have sex, man. No one's saying you can't. Chill out, Pedro. Pedro from Instagram. It's okay. Uncle Rob's got you. You can still have sex. I mean, look, I would, every sexual encounter I've had has been practice for making babies. I've yet to make a baby. Okay. And I'm not suggesting that these checks, you did really badly. You're not even allowed to have sex. You're not even allowed to make eye contact with another woman. I don't know. So yeah, this is just purely a reproductive issue. Should parents have to jump through the same holes, as adoptive parents before being allowed to have kids? And yeah, the sterilizing thing, giving a man a vasectomy when they come to the age where they can reproduce. I don't know. Is that a way to solve that problem? Because I know what Spanish people are like. I remember when the first no smoking law came into effect in Spain the first time. Okay, Europe says, okay, nobody smokes in buildings. And Spain was like, yeah, we'll work on that. It was like a full 6 months before they started banning it properly. Like the very next day, I'm like smoking a cigarette outside a bar and looking inside at everyone smoking. I'm like, viva España. Viva! Anyway, whatever. Yeah, whatever rule, if this ever comes into effect, you can be sure Spain aren't going to pay it much attention. Quite right, too. Let's see. Probably a no for me as well, says Min. Yeah, let's, can we get a quick drum roll, Natch? According to our live audience friends, people said false. There should not be the same checks for natural births as adoptive parents. They shouldn't. Why? Don't take away my right to have babies. I want to have 1 million babies. I mean, I'll be honest. I was born without that kind of need to reproduce. I know what I was like as a kid. My genes don't need to be spread to anyone else. If it happens, it happens. Great. Oh, anyway, let's see. I'd say the audience are at second base. I like the idea of Musk losing a lot of money. Apparently 4 million a day is losing. Apparently $4 million a day is losing on Twitter. Wow. It's your right. Chusky says, Pedro, it's your right good for your child? Pedro replies, there's some things you cannot allow the state to monopolize, and reproduction is certainly one of them. Yeah, that would be almost the definition of of totalitarianism, right? Restricting your body's right to make a chemical reaction. It's like the government saying, okay, you can no longer poo. From now on, you need to sweat it out or figure it out. It's something your body just does naturally. You can't I don't know. I don't think you can kind of make a law to restrict that. Although it has been tried. Let's see. So 67% of you said false. False. No. It was a real unpopular opinion. Congratulations, Peth and Nessa Vanessa. Recently, my unpopular opinions have been way too popular. I think much more attention to the subject at school would be better. Make sure you express how much of an impact a baby has, how much financial burden it is, and tests and rules. You'll probably end up with sneaky, illegal babies that nobody knows about. Sounds even worse. Now they're born into a bad scenario, but with no government to protect them with child protection services. Wow, great point, man. Great point. Chusky said, it's not about politics, it's about guaranteeing a kid a good education, responsible parents taking care of them. I mean, yeah, I get you. I understand it from both sides. I'm in the nice position of not being the bad guy today. Oof, feels good. This is how the rest of the Vaughan presenters feel. Yeah, I understand it from both sides, but I do think it's an extreme measure to take. I mean, and ideally, child protective services would step in, now if a child is being mistreated and reassign them another home, and a home that is guaranteed to be good because the parents have gone through all the hurdles. They've jumped over all the hurdles they needed to be able to adopt, if you understand my meaning. It's not a flawless system, but it's a system that does not impede on people's rights. And I think that's where Pedro is coming from. How do you feel when you see a violent or undereducated teenager or a baby left alone at home? Yeah, bad, Trusky. Bad. But it would be government institution in control. That's too dangerous, says Pedro. How are you doing, Hadri? Welcome. To be fair, Rob, pooping is heavily regulated only to allow on toilets generally. That's true, actually. They only let you do it on a toilet. You can't do it outside a bar. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but I know that. It's frowned upon. Hadri, some people are too self-centered or narcissistic to be parents. Amen, Hadri. It takes putting someone's needs and concerns before their own. Some people are not capable of nurturing someone else. Some have no empathy. Hadri, it's like you've met my ex-girlfriends. No, Hadri, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It's a hot issue, right? Anything that deals with children or our rights to reproduce is a tough issue. And, this is, friends, a safe space to discuss those issues. I guess I should give you my final thoughts on this subject. Yeah, would I love to see less kids in poor homes and poor living environments? Yes, I would. I would love to see that. But I'm not sure restricting people's right to have children is a way to manage that. As Min quite eloquently said a few seconds ago, it was it's something more about education. Here in Spain, you have the church runs these classes, these parent classes, right? Before you have kids or before you get married, to find, they kind of take you through the whole scenario of having kids and rah, rah, rah. I learnt about this the first time I did a show about reproduction. And it blew my mind. What, you had to go to a church and the priest was telling you about sex? Is that right? Let me strap myself in here. Yeah, more. I think the idea or what needs to be emphasized is that in education. Because, we don't see that in movies, do we? You get married, there's a happy ever after, kids are come along, and it's almost like, you can have kids and raise them beautifully with no money, and it's not true. Like, a kid is a massive economic drain. We looked at on one show that it was $250,000 to take a kid into toddlerhood in the States. $250,000 from baby, maybe not to toddler, maybe to teen. I can't remember. But it's an incredibly expensive, exhausting. I've been spending the weekend at my friend Andrea's house, and I see her with the kids, and she must be exhausted. But a lot of us don't have that impression, you know? And I think from a very early age, being taught the consequences of your decision when it comes to reproducing, you know, would be very beneficial, you know, because I never had any of that in school. Did you have that in school, Natch?
No.
You know, basically, you know, a formal class where the teacher said, look, when you have kids, your life is over. Forget about you. Nothing else about you. Forget your toys. Forget your video games. Everything's about the baby. I mean, that's not true 100%. But, yeah, I just saw Natch then. Well, no. It's not 100%, but maybe 99% true. You know, and if the realities were a lot easier to access than they are, I think that would be a net positive for society and kids in general. A few less of those accidental entre comillas births. Like my mother had me really young, not really really young, but young, and it's common in where I'm from to see that, and you know, I think education is the key. As I say in many of these unpopular opinions, education is the key, not restricting people's rights. Okay, on that note, friends, we're going to go to 100 humans. Woo, friends! It was a long walk to work today, guys, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question, friends, is... name something people keep money in. Name something that people keep money in. Where do people keep their money? There you go. I asked them that question, friends, 100 humans. They gave me their answers. Your job in the chat is to identify those top 7 answers. Where do people keep money? Where do people keep money? Natch, what do you think?
First thing that came to my mind was, in Spain we usually say, in the mattress.
In the mattress. Yeah, we say that where I'm from too. You know, I do not trust the banks. The bank, I don't trust them. They're stealing. You pay tax when you put the money in the bank. You pay tax when you take the money. I keep it in my mattress. En el colchón, right? Is mattress there? Is mattress there? No, it's not. No, it's not, Nat. The 100 humans are dumb today. That was maybe answer number 7, but it's not in the list right here. Okay, let's see. Welcome, Nuriatam. Okay, Chusky says banks. Banks. I may have given him a clue there with my last rant. Banks. Is a bank a place where people would keep money in a bank account? Yes, it is, Chusky. We're off and rolling, guys. That is number 2 of 7 answers. 19 of the 100 humans said a bank account, making it second place. Well done, Chusky. Pedro says an ucha. An ucha is like a piggy bank, right? Natch? A piggy bank. A piggy bank, not all of them are shaped like pigs, but basically any of these objects with the little slots so you can put coins inside, that's what we would call a piggy bank. So that's what Pedro says, a piggy bank. Is it there? Yes, it is. Oh, we're on fire today, guys. We're on fire. Third place answer with 17 of the 100 humans saying they keep their money in a piggy bank. All right, let's see. Let's continue. A jar, says Hadri. A jar. Keep their money in a jar. You know, you've got your pickles, you've got your mermelada, you got your jam, and you got your money. You know, and you keep it there, and it's safe. Is jar there? I don't know. How do you say jar in Spanish? Not jarron, right? No. Jara.
Yes, maybe.
Okay.
Jara.
Jara. All right, you'd have to give me a nivelazo. You don't have to.
Nivelazo.
I've only been here 20 years. Come on, give me a break. All right. Is jar there? Yes, it is. Wow. Out of nowhere. out of nowhere, what to me and Natch seemed like an obscure answer. It's there, friends. It's in 4th place with 14 of the 100 humans saying, keep my money in a jar, yo. Keep my money in a jar. That's where I keep it. All right. Here we go. We've got some great answers here. Guys, you're doing God's work right now. Well done. Well done. All right, here we go. Piggy bank, we've had that one. Good answer, though, Hadri. Chusky, I have money in an iron fire-protected box at home. What do we call... you'd say a caja fuerte in Spanish. How do we call that in English, Natch? Do you know?
I don't know. Safety
Ooh,
box or something.
safe.
Safe.
You had it. You said it. It was there. Give yourself a nivelazo. Give yourself a nivelazo.
¡Buah! ¡Qué nivelazo!
In a safe, my friend. We keep it in a safe, a caja fuerte, a strong box, you can also say. So Chusky says strong box, a safe. Did anyone else say that? I'm sure I read it somewhere else. Oh, he also said caja fuerte. So in a safe, Trusky says, give him a round of applause, Natch. It is there. Wow, you guys are killing it today. You're just killing it. With 8 of the 100 humans saying safe, that one is in 6th place. You guys are missing 3 answers only. Only 3 answers. Pedro says, in a wallet. Oh, seems so simple. No one said it. In a wallet. Or in a purse, you know? We're not going to leave anyone out. Wallet or a purse. Is it there? Yes, it is. I'm going to ask Natch to be ready to hit that applause button one more time because it is our number 1 answer, wallet. Pedro, taking it home. Taking it home to Instagram, the first place victory with 25 of the 100 humans saying a wallet. Guys, you're only missing 2 answers. You're only missing 2 answers. This is incredible. Let's see. Chusky says... Why has Chusky said this? Chusky's a man. No, I'm not judging anyone. He says in a bra. In a bra. In your bra. It's where you keep money. You know? It's the safest place. Forget your purse. Forget your pocket. The bra is the best place. How do you say bra in Spanish, Natch?
Sujetador.
Sujetador. Yeah, you just keep it in there, right? Not the change, I imagine, just the notes. How many nipples does she have? I don't even know. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for that comment. Look, just the notes, I would advise if you're going to keep money in your bra. Oh, dear. So, in a bra, says Chusky. You know what, Chusk? It's there, well done. Unbelievable. I asked the 100 humans where people keep money, and 6 of them said in a bra, making it the 7th place answer. Well done. Oh my God, we've spent so much time chatting, we're not going to have time for the next part. Okay, you're missing one more. Okay. All right, no one said it, so I'm going to give you a clue. Okay, it's the same. Where does, you might put money in your wallet, but where do you put your wallet?
Your pocket.
In your pocket. Give yourself a round of applause, Natch. There you go, guys. There's a quick rundown in 7th place. Where do people keep their money? 7th place was bra with 6 of 100 humans. In 6th place was in a safe, a caja fuerte, with 8 of the 100 humans. In 5th place was in your pocket, as Natch identified there. 9 of 100 humans said that. In a jar, a jar was in 4th place. A piggy bank. An ucha, piggy bank, was in 3rd place, bank account in 2nd, and in 1st place was wallet. On that note, guys, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news!
All right, guys, how does complete the news work? It's very, very simple. I'm going to give you a news headline, and your job in the chat is to identify the information that is missing. Okay, friends? So I'm going to give you a news headline with some information missing. Your job is to identify that missing information. I had 2, but I've only got time for 1, friends. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do it. A Texas homeowner. So someone who owns a home in Texas. A Texas homeowner says blank have taken over their rental property. Su casa para alquiler. So blank has taken over their rental property. They're trying to stir up, mover, they're trying to stir up business. Blank, Texas homeowner says blank have taken over their rental property. Is it A, 3 separate home improvement shows? You know these shows where people go into the house and they fix it up and make it look nice so that it's got higher value. 3 separate programs like that, Natch. Is it B, aliens? Alienígenas. Wow, you guys. It's a trabalenguas. How do you say it in Spanish?
Alienígenas.
Alienígenas.
O aliens.
Aliens. Well, there you go. Done. From Alpha Centauri. Or is it C, prostitute ghosts? There you go. Those are the 3 answers. Which one is it? All you have to write is A, B, or C. A Texas homeowner says blank has taken over their home, their rental property. They're trying to stir up business. Is it A, 3 separate home improvement shows, B, aliens from Alpha Centauri, or C, prostitute ghosts? Natch, what do you think?
Prostitute ghosts.
C. You know what? The chat agrees with you. I will salute Nuriatam for being the only person to say 3 separate home improvement shows. Let's get a drum roll. The answer is, friends, Texas homeowner says prostitute ghosts have taken over their rental property. True story. It seems weird. Guys, if you're a member of my Patreon community, I will post this link so you can read the news. A Texas woman made a spooky discovery about her rental home after several renters complained it was haunted, and it's haunted by prostitute ghosts. There you go, guys. Don't blame me. The news is what the news is. I'm just the messenger. All right, friends, guys, I have had so much fun today. So many things you could have been doing this morning. Instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me. Friends, I will see you tomorrow.